Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. My name's Hamna and I share content connected to art, healing and spirituality. Today I wanted to share a topic that's very close to my heart. I've always enjoyed calligraphy and writing the names of Allah from a very young age, and it was part of my thesis also. And as I was sitting down and writing the name of Allah, a few insights came, and I wanted to share that with you today. So, with that, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the light of His name, the light in His name, reflecting on the letters of Allah. I want you to think about the Arabic letters, not the English ones. I have a whole video that I'm planning to share for the English alphabets, but right now we're going to focus on the Arabic alphabets. So when we think about Allah, we only think about just the sound the word Allah makes, right? And we think it has an effect on us. But everything that Allah's chosen in this world has a purpose for the way it really, really is. So the letters that He's chosen to write His name down in the Arabic or in the English or any other language are also, symbolically speaking, bring light into our being. So it's not just the sound of Allah as we repeat brings energy into our being, but it's also when we write the name of Allah, every single alphabet is light. So every time you write alif, every time you write the lam and he, with your conscious being aware of its shape, of its form, of how it's written, how it connects, how your hand moves with it, becomes an act of ibadat, because you are connecting to the light that these alphabets are bringing in your being. So as you write alif, as you write lam, he, it's not just these four alphabets, it's these alphabets were chosen by Allah to write His name. So we need to stop and connect to every single alphabet and see what it could mean for us. Now this video is all about me sharing what it means to me, but it could mean something completely different to you also, or it could mean exactly what I share. Now, whatever resonates with you, leave me a comment letting me know what you think about it as you go on further, and I'll keep prompting you to see how alif makes you feel. So Allah says to us in Quran, remember me and I will remember you. Now we have to understand, what is He asking us to remember about Him? What is He wanting me and you to remember Allah as and by? He's saying, remember me, meaning remember that I am your Allah and I will remember you as my creation. But when you remember Allah, you're not only meant to remember Allah, the sound, the creator, but what does Allah mean to you? Like, who is Allah to you? So when we look at His Arabic name, the letters that form His name are alif, lam, he. Now think about it. Each alphabet was chosen by Allah for you to write His name. So every single alphabet has the power to shift your energy when you choose to write, because He says, I am the light of the universe and the earth. Now, of course, if He is the light, then His name also is light. So these alphabets are not just alif, lam, he. They are their alphabets, their form needs our attention. We need to stop and look at alif. So you can sit with alif, you can take a piece of paper and just write alif with your hand. You don't have to do many things. Just write alif on a sheet of paper, and as your hand moves from the top to the bottom, look at the journey alif makes to be created, so that you could be reminded of what alif represents for you, which Allah wants you to focus on. Now for me, these were the three things that came through. Of course, there could be many. Like I say, you please go into the form, into the journey of creating and writing Alif and see where that takes you. Now, when you look at Alif, a line that comes from the top to the bottom. That who created you is high above, and also that who is down below. So he's not just in the heavens, he is on the earth also. He's the light of heaven and earth. Now, he alone, he stands alone. That which stands alone. So when you look at Alif, Alif is not attached to something. It doesn't need another alphabet, a zabar or zir or pesh or like a line underneath it or something to complete it. It's complete in the way it is. It doesn't need you to praise it, doesn't need you to validate it, doesn't need you to approve it. It's a line from the heaven to the earth, and it speaks about him, that who stands alone, that who needs no one, and that who is complete in all that it is. There's no making it better. It just is that what it is. Now, I always say this in my sessions, when Allah is telling us something about himself, cryptically, symbolically, he's also telling us about us, right? So when he says that which stands alone, he's saying that about himself. So for me, Alif represents that which stands alone. My Allah stands alone. What does it mean for me? I cannot be alone because he is always with me. I cannot, I'm not alone. I'm not Alif. He is. Right? So all that he is, I am not, right? And even in that me not having, that completeness, or I'm always in need, I can't stand alone, I need people, I need things, I need, eat, just air to breathe, a computer to work on, food to eat, like water to drink. I will always in need of something, whereas Allah is not in need of anything. And then I can't stand alone. I will always have the need to have people, friends, loved ones around me to kind of, be my support system, because I'm a social animal and all that. But what does it say about Allah? Allah stands alone. He doesn't need nobody, and he's complete in that who he is. Whereas I am always growing, changing, evolving. I'm not stagnant, or I'm not still. I can be still for like few minutes when I do my meditation or do my art, but that's not me all the time. I am always growing, changing, absorbing, releasing, all that sort of jazz. So Alif stands alone, which needs no one, and it is complete in the way that it is. And that is what Allah wants me to remember through Alif. You, like I say, share whatever comes through for you when you write Alif, what it is teaching you, and you can leave it in the comments for others to read and maybe enlighten ourselves with your insights. Then we go into Lam. The first Lam is again from top to the bottom. The line that we create comes from the top when we're writing Allah's name. It's the symbolic way of connecting to the realm of the heavens. From the top, the line comes down, and then there's a little tiny curve, right? So Allah is reminding through the first Lam, the realm of heavens, the top, the life that was before earth and the life that will be after this earth. Both belong to him. Both he is in. Both are part of the unseen. There's lots of things that happen on the earth. There's lots of things that happen in the heavens we are not aware of. There's a lot that we are, there's a veil. We can't really see everything, but he does see everything in the unseen, because he is the creator of life before earth and life after earth, for he is the creator of unseen. So he's reminding us that in the realm of the heavens, and in the realm of the heavens was a life where you and I were, and then when we depart from this life, we're going to go back to him. So kind of like saying we belong to Allah and to Allah we will return. So the second lam kind of symbolizes that. It's the unseen, what you'll do here, what you did back in heavens, what you'll do after you die, how you will die, how long you will be here. All of these things are unseen. You're just here, but it sort of takes away that pressure on us. And the first lam is about realizing that we on soul level are eternal. We existed before this existence that we have in this physical body, and this physical body does not define us. It's just a phase, a temporary transitional phase of our journey as a soul to be on this planet. But this is not this is not home, right? And where our home is where he chose for us to be created. We were created in the realm of the heavens, in the unseen. Then the second lam comes, and notice how the first lam, when we write the first lam, from the top to the bottom, we bring the line from the top to the bottom, and then there's a little curve thing that happens. I might actually do like a whole arty, like a on my Procreate to share this again, just so that you can see it, because if I do it here, I don't know if I can draw, and that might affect my video. So what I'll do is I'll do another video where I'll show you exactly what I'm speaking about. So the second lam is the realm of the earth, right? You come down, there's a little tiny curve, and then you go back up again. So the second lam is the realm of the earth. Allah wants you to remember that everything on this earth, every single life, every single creation, every single thing that you see on this earth, who does it belong to? Him. So you, as a person, your house, your family, your body, your being, your cells, your soul, everything that you are able to see in this world is his creation. So whatever you see, you can never say, oh, I own this plant. You can say, yes, I water this plant, but this plant belongs to who? Allah. So the first lam is all about the heavens. The second lam is all about the creation on earth. So that's the earth realm, which is the seen realm. So the reason I'm sharing all this is because I want you to understand that he wants you to not just say Allah, but understand that even these alphabets that he has chosen to use and their form is expressing his light, his love, his remembrance. So even if you didn't say it out loud and you just took a piece of paper and you wrote Allah on it, that in itself becomes an ibadat when you connect to Alif as he who is alone, he who needs no one, he who is complete. And then you go into the Lam and you say, when you draw from the top to the bottom, you remember that you are a being from the heaven that's come down to the earth. From the unseen, you were created by your Allah to come down to the earth. And as you go upwards towards the second lam, it's like when you focus upwards, when you focus on all that you see belonging to him, the Hay comes. The Hay is that which only he knows, the mystery that makes him Allah, the creator of all. He knows that what we don't. So when you take the second lam up, right, when all your focus is on him, he will smoothly, and notice that the hay that comes is actually not on the level of the sky or the heaven. It's not on the top. It's right in the middle. Where is the middle? Middle is where you are in this present moment. When you remember Allah is the only one, the alone, the not needy, the complete. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth. He's the one who's providing you everything in this world. In that moment, you come into Hay. He brings you into the womb of this universe. He brings you into the space where he creates, and you let go of attachment of what you want to be or what you want need, for he knows and he provides inside the womb. He holds you, he comforts you, he remembers you because you remembered him. You see, these are not just letters. We've taken our religion so for granted. If we could just stop. He says to reflect, when we reflect on creation, when we reflect on Quran, when we reflect on the personality of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, every single thing speaks about the same message, the message of who Allah is. And when we remember who Allah is, automatically our vibration increases, because we enter we enter the room, we enter the space where He creates, where He knows what we need and He provides them. You see, they hold meaning. These alphabets are not just alphabets, they are a message from your Allah, to look at them, to connect to them, to reflect and ponder and hold them and write them. Notice how the formation, notice how your hand moves, notice what they invoke in you. They hold a meaning, a vibration, and a presence. They're not just alphabets, they are His light when you consciously are willing to be receptive to absorb Him in yourself through them. You see, when we call on Allah's name, we're calling on these vibrations, these realities, these truths, consciously or unconsciously. Now, when you see this video, you'll be aware of what Allah, what Alif represents, what Lam represents, what the second Lam represents, and what He represents. And automatically, you will be taken into a space, a reminder of, hang on, my Allah alone is the one I have to worship. For He is the only one who can provide for all my needs, and He's the only one who is complete, and He's the only one who can give me everything that I need in this seen dunya. For He knows, and He is the light of the heaven and the earth, and He will provide for me. He is my protector, and the moment you do that, you will be reminded of He, right? So Alif and then Lam leads you to what? The He. He is the womb where you are held, where you are loved, where everything is provided, where you are at peace with who you are. And these vibrations, these feelings, this meaning will actually ground your being even more further than just saying Allah, right? The words, as we all know this, right, that there was an experiment on water, and there were these words that were placed on the jars, and the molecules inside the water had an effect. They changed, they shifted, because the words on the jar had an effect on the molecules. So in the same way, when we speak about, to our plants, and we're talking to them in a nice way, in a polite way, and we're having high vibration around in our house, we see them flourish, we see them be the right color, and they give flowers, and they look beautiful, they have a presence. So we know that our words that we speak and the words that we write actually have an effect on the energy of beings, right, of the water, of the plants. And so we have to be really aware of the way we are writing and seeing things. Now think about it. You and I are 75% water. Why? Because water can absorb the energy of light. It can become one with it. It can merge into being one and are not untouched. So you see, when we are saying Allah, only the sound has power, right? But then when we are writing Allah through our whole body, like the whole 75% of the water in you is in devotion, in ibadat, to writing, connecting, reflecting on these alphabets. You are taking that in you, and it becomes one with you. Can you imagine how much you will flourish as you take it all in you? It's like the water that you will drink has the love of Allah, which it does, right? So you drink, you use the word of Allah to shift your energy from inside. The water within you, the 75% water, will have the effect of the word Allah itself when you not only say Allah but also start writing it with being more conscious. So instead of thinking, oh, I don't know how to meditate, oh, I don't know how to change my life, all you have to do once in your day, write Allah on a piece of paper, becoming conscious of what these four alphabets represent for you. It doesn't have to be what I am saying, it can be anything that you get guided to. What does Alif represent for you that will remind you of Allah? So imagine what happens when you speak Allah's name, right? You choose Alif, Lam, Lam, He. Specifically, these are the four alphabets in Allah's name. They could have been any other shapes, yeah? But He chose these to represent, to write His name. And there's wisdom in that. Wisdom means that there's hidden knowledge in that, and it could be different for different people. It's not like A or B or C. It's not like what I am saying is the right answer. No. Depending, every day, maybe you write Allah as your meditation, your ibadat on a piece of paper. What that does is it creates a certain space in you where you are able to remember Allah through that what you are writing. So the Alif reminds you, again, I'm going to repeat myself, Alif reminds you that He stands alone, He needs nobody, and He is the one who is complete and in control, right? And he needs nobody to kind of, make Him beautiful or not beautiful, for He is that who He is. So for example, I'm just going with Alif at the moment, and you write Alif, right? You write just Alif. That Alif is the knowledge, but the form makes you feel a certain way, remember Allah a certain way. Through that form is going to be the wisdom. So for me, as an artist, I am so deeply moved by the alphabets, and the one thing that I want to do is work with every single hurf, every single alphabet, and see what and how it is reminding us of Allah through every single alphabet, right? The noon, so beautiful. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but that's something that will be on my Patreon. And yes, so if you do want to deepen your connection with your Allah, and you feel you're ready to do that through art, you can either join my live sessions, which is completely free, and I run them on Fridays, 11 a.m. UK time. And you can join a group of lovely people, connect and deepen your, connection with Allah, but also, jumpstart your creativity. You don't have to be an artist for that, but it's just a way of being able to learn from patterns, connect to geometry, symbolism, Sufi, mystic wisdom that comes through every single session. But also, these sessions are available on my Patreon, so you can support me by joining my Patreon and, become your own healer. For me, the sessions that are available on Patreon help me get through life to become the person that I am, to help me gain clarity into not only who I am, but also on who my Allah is. So the sessions there have emotional healing, they have connection to Allah's names, and right now I'm also working on the Quran, the ayat of Quran, and representing them in through geometry and art and all that sort of stuff. So you can become your own healer and go through the sessions in your own time. And what's really cool is that for 7 days it's free of charge, so you can become a member free for 7 days, and then if it's something that you enjoy or like the sessions, then you can join in and support me through that. But if you want one-to-one sessions, I also offer that. But anyway, getting back to my Alif. It says, stands alone. It reminds us He's the one, the independent, the creator of all, and it reflects something back to us. We are in need of Him alone. Only and only He can fulfill us, satisfy us, guide us, teach us, and love us. This is so important, because sometimes we go running after different people to love us, to want us, to choose us, to guide us, to help us, to, whatever, promote us and all that. So we're running after so many people. Whereas Alif reminds us that He alone is the one, the independent creator, and we are always in need of Him, only in Him, only Him, right? And when we do that, it's also the kalma, right? La ilaha illallah. He alone is the one worthy of worship. So when we think about the first lam, a stroke that moves from top to bottom, this could symbolize the straight path he offers to move from the heights of the heavens to the earth below to follow his guidance as our Rabb. The second lam rises from below to above, a symbol of us reaching up to him for this world, seeking his help, relying only and only on him. And this is such an important one because, we remember who we are. So the first one tells us that he talks about the heights of the heaven and the earth, and remember our Rabb and his guidance comes from the sky. But the second one is when everything in this universe, everything that we need, everything that we are seeking can only come from him. So when we rely upon him, then we go into where? He. He is curves inwards. He makes a sanctuary within ourselves and makes us safe in our body. Our body is able to integrate itself with the soul, and it merges together and we become one just by connecting to the word Allah itself and the 4 alphabets. Like the unseen protection of the womb. Inside the womb there is darkness, it's hidden and yet full of provision and mercy. Inside the womb, you and I don't know what was happening. There was really dark, our eyes weren't seeing anything, but yet were you taken care of? Was there a path? No. Could you see a path? No. Did you know what was going to happen? No. Everything was hidden. There's no when your mother gets pregnant, there's a transparent sheet, so the mother can actually have a look at how the baby is changing or transforming. No. The creation that you are happened in darkness, with him all alone. He hid you from everything that he knew you didn't need the attention from or attention to. He alone provides you inside the womb. It reminds us of what we feel but cannot see. The comfort of knowing he is always holding us, even when we don't know how. You see, we're constantly feeling like we need something to protect us. But when we really understand that this whole universe, this whole dunya was created for you and me to remember him through it, automatically everything becomes safe. Everything in the world becomes safe because that's how you start projecting it outwards, seeing Allah in everything. When you see Allah in everything, you are in a space of the hay, the inwards, the sanctuary, the safe haven that you yourself are in when you are with who? Your Allah. So the first lam reminds us of what he has done for us. He has created us. The second lam reminds us of what we must do for him. What is it that we must do? To worship him alone, to remember him through everything that is in the seen world that we see through our eyes. So now, when you say Allah, you're not just going to say a name. You're going to invoke the one who stands alone, the one who brought you down from the heavens, the one who guides you on this earth. And I forgot to say, guides, provides, and protects you on this earth, and holds you in all that is unseen, right? Even if you do nothing else, nothing else, no prayer, no fasting, no reading, no nothing. Just saying his name can be an act of worship. That is how easy it is for us to come closer to Allah, to ask and remember him. You see, our purpose was never to do magical things in this world. Our purpose, the whole magic, is in trusting that he is the one who is going to send us the miracle and create the magic that is meant to, right? Because the vibrations of his name remind our soul of who he is. And where is our soul from? Who created our soul from? Who is the source of everything for the soul? Allah. You see, the body gets everything in this world, but where does the soul get it from? From Allah, from the source, from the one who created it. Now, when you tell yourself, Allah, he alone is the one I'm going to turn to. He alone is the one who created me and brought me from heaven to earth. He alone is the one who's going to take care of and protect me and provide me. And what's that thing? He alone is the one who's going to guide you on this earth and heal you on this earth, right? All of these things, where are you going to be? You're going to be with him. And what does the soul need? The soul needs Allah's remembrance, the knowing that it is always surrounded by Allah, protected by Allah, provided by Allah, guided and healed by Allah, loved and valued, seen and heard by Allah. And automatically, where will you be? In his presence. When you are in his presence, you are in heaven. You are close to him. And when you are close to him, what happens? He takes care of you. You see, in Surah Fatiha, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, he says, all praise and thanks belong to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Lord of all the worlds, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship and you alone we seek help from. We seek help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have blessed. I think there was another line here, not of those who have gone astray. I have a beautiful session on this, on Surah Fatiha. A couple of sessions actually in my Patreon. If you're interested, you can go check them out. And I've broken every single line, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, you alone we worship and you alone we seek help. What all of these mean, I've broken it down so that you connect at a very deep core level and you create an artwork with it. So it's something really, really spiritual, but also it activates that creative being in you to express yourself through Allah's words. And when you start doing that, you start seeing yourself as his love, his creation, and your life completely shifts. So it's available there, like I said, 7 days. You can have it for free for 7 days, and if it suits you, if it's something that you enjoy, then you can become a member. Anyway, when you look at the letters in his name again, after reading the Surah Fatiha, when you look at his letters, these alphabets again, they actually share the same message. Because every angle, every stroke, Allah is telling us again and again that there are no coincidences. Everything is designed, everything is connected with purpose. Even the alphabet used to call on him represent one and only one thing. He is the only one deserving of praise and gratitude, because he alone is the one who is our Malik of all the worlds, meaning of all of you, of all beings, right? He is the only one who is the master of the judgment day. And so when you think about the 4 alphabets, they are explaining to you exactly that what Surah Fatiha is also explaining to you. Surah Fatiha is explaining to you exactly that what the Prophet has been preaching and telling us, right? What the Prophet has been telling and teaching us is all of the universe is in submission and surrender to who? To your Allah. That is what the Prophet was reflecting and showing us. The whole of creation is showing, everything in the universe is created with the same purpose, to remind you and me of who Allah is, starting from the first alphabet of his name to the magnificent creation that this world is about. His book, his prophet, his creation all point out to whom? Him. And who is him? Allah. So when he says remember me, you're meant to remember all that which he's trying to tell you through every single alphabet. He is the light of the heavens and the earth. The light sees what we cannot. You see, we are dense material and we are light, but he is only light. You see, your logical mind might be limited to what you want to think or what you want to learn and what you want to experience, and that also is based on the experience he allows you to have, right? So your mind is always going to be thinking of the things that you experience in this world, but all the experiences are from whom? Him. So you cannot really have the knowledge of everything. You only have the knowledge of that what he chooses for you to have through whatever experiences he's given. But the heart, you see, in the heart is where he is. So when you connect to your heart, the heart is where you begin to feel him. So far, when you write the word Allah or say the word Allah, your mind is activated. Now that you know that all 4 alphabets represent something about him, and that could be every day you write Allah's name and it changes, that's fine, because you see, the heart was never meant to be like stagnant. It doesn't go like it goes dig, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a reminder, because it knows that, you know, when the heart beats, like there's a beat that goes and then there's silence, and then there's silence, and then there's silence. So when it beats, you do the zikr of Allah, and then you forget, and then you go zikr of Allah, then it goes backwards, you know, the darkness pulls it, and then you do zikr of Allah and the remembrance of Allah. That's where it all begins, where you start feeling him in the, and feeling him in the silence, feeling him in the, and feeling him in the silence, feeling him in the heaven, feeling him in the earth, feeling him in your body, feeling him in your soul. And all of this constantly reminds you of your purpose of being who you are to your Allah. You are the Khalifa of Allah. You are here to represent him, his love, and the way you remember your purpose is by connecting to his book, connecting to his names, connecting to his messenger, connecting to his creation, all through your heart, not only through your mind. Of course, it has purpose, and you can connect through. Oh my God! I just looked at the clock. It was 1:1, and then 11th, which is so cool. And it's like Allah saying, we're on the right track, guys. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Anyway, to remember Allah is to fall into his love with your heart, and to find him is in his book, in his messenger. And he's given these are like the roadmap. So in case you are a mind person, you can go to the book. You know, if you are interested in art, you can go into the creation and paint, you know, his creations. If you are into changing your personality, then you can connect to his messenger and learn the seerat of Prophet and be like the Prophet, you know. So in everything that he has created leads you back to whom? Him. Our minds may try to understand, to analyze, but the heart already knows who it belongs to. You see, the heart actually expands the moment you say Allah, right? And then imagine that you're giving it one more layer of absorbing light. You're consciously telling your heart, I am stopping today to write the name of Allah, because every alphabet is bringing me closer to him, is making my light expand, my heart open, my heart heal. It's so healing, guys. I cannot explain to you how healing it is to write the name of Allah. And that's something that I regularly teach people, share with people. I have tutorials all over my YouTube videos. You can go check it out. It is so powerful. The faithful heart feels him everywhere. The moment you start writing Allah, what you're doing is you're not just hearing him, you're not just sensing him, you're not just saying him, you're not just, absorbing him. You are literally feeling him in every single cell of your being, which means in your heartbeat, in your breath, in the way you see, in the way you hear, and he purifies you from everything and anything. And that's where he lives. You see, he lives in your heart. And when you give your heart that, what activates it, what makes it feel alive, what makes it feel heal, automatically your logic is going to be like, your ego is going to be like, no, that's not true, that can't be true. But it is in the surrender of his love that you will be able to find him, even in the smallest of things, like just an alif, just a lam, and a hey. And you'll recognize that every single thing, every single dot, every single bird, every single chirp, every single animal, every single leaf, flower, petal, every single life is all taking you back towards the one who loves you the most. So let me know how you found this video. I've never done it before like this, to share my notes. If it's something that you enjoyed, please let me know in the comments. You can connect with me through all the social media links that are down below. And like I said, if you feel any kind of spiritual guidance that you need for your heart healing, to bring you back onto track, if you want to, you can book me for a one-to-one session, join my Patreon, and become your own healer, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm sending you lots of love, light, and peace, everyone. Enjoy and take good care of yourselves. And I'll speak to you, inshallah, soon. Take care and Allah Hafiz.